Market's not ready to break out just yet, so we'll have to wait again until next week to try, typically over the weekends, as you know, especially Sunday. I mean, Sunday pumps, those are just fake typically, right? So we'll have to wait till next week for any serious moves, perhaps. But it is indeed going to come. And so it's the case, yes, the crypto market's down a little bit, along with the Russell 2000 and some others, but it is still so obvious that the crypto market has not been so well positioned in like 4 years. This thing is going to go blasty blast, my friends. I'm telling you, like, this is the moment that we've been waiting for. And we've been seeing so many indicators, and I will continue to highlight them. And just because we can see this, it doesn't mean it happens today, tomorrow, next week, so on and so forth. But we are living in that moment where it makes every bit of rational sense to believe that it's about to happen. I also want to spend a little bit of time highlighting the degree to which patience is required if you want to achieve life-changing wealth in crypto, including XRP. I got a really cool example from one of the best chart analysts out there. But patience is the name of the game. The people who hodl, those are the people who get life-changing wealth that's on par with winning the lottery. That is what we're talking about. That's the prize. That's what we're all shooting for here. It is very real. There is so little money in XRP, even after this price surge that started in November of last year. There's still, even today, so little money in XRP that, frankly, it doesn't take that much flowing in to get the price to double and triple and quadruple, so on and so forth. And that's why all of the chart analysts that are calling for at least double-digit price action this market cycle for XRP, not crazy. I don't know where the price is going to go, I admit that, but I don't think those price predictions, one of the analysts that I follow was highlighting literally just over the last couple days. Interesting how it's held there even as the market has slid, and Bitcoin's come down a little bit with it. It's hanging out a little over $116,000 at the time I'm recording this video, but everything is still perfectly positioned. Look at this chart showing ISM as well as Bitcoin implied ISM pricing. And this is interesting because ISM, this is used to figure out what the business cycle is actually going to be on a chart. And here's what Julian Biddle had to say. Now, Julian Biddle, let's see his titles right here. It's a head of macro research at Global Macro Investor. This is one of the sharpest dudes out there in crypto when it comes to analyzing anything. This guy is a superstar, and it's not too much to say that. And his analysis is so consistently on point. He's just one of those guys where if it's something that he writes pops up in my feed, I'm going to stop whatever I'm doing and I'm going to read it. And there's every indication that we absolutely are going to see way higher prices. We're going to see a proper alt season. XRP is going to go in its final parabolic leg. All of that's in store. And so he shared this post just this morning, and he said, most people are overcomplicating the idea that Bitcoin's traditional 4-year cycle can extend. It's simple. If the business cycle extends, the crypto cycle extends. Bitcoin is a macro asset. Okay, and that's why he and TechDev and Raoul Paul, and there might be another one another chart analyst I followed that I talked with. It escapes me. But at least those three are arguing that this particular bull run can extend into 2026 exactly for that reason. And I don't know what the rebuttal is for that because I haven't seen anybody make that case. Anytime they highlight, here's what the business cycle looks like, we're nowhere near overheated, I've never seen a rebuttal to that. I'm not saying there isn't one. I'm saying I haven't seen that. In fact, I'm interested after this. I might, recording this video, I might go look into that. Maybe we can talk about it if I can find an answer in a separate video. But, there are people that have opinions on whether or not the cycle is going to extend. And right now it is a minority opinion. But sometimes minority opinions are correct. That's why I'm listening to this. The idea that this could happen, look, I don't know if it will. I'm just telling you that this is absolutely plausible, and you need to keep this on your radar. The concept of this cycle extending further than what most are expecting is at least possible. Here's a post from Altcoin Gordon, and he shared this with his massive follower count. If it would load, I'd tell 808,000 followers on X. And this is a Bitcoin price chart, but he slapped Global M2 on it. And he simply wrote, Global M2 looks like this. And people are trying to tell you that Bitcoin is going to $90,000, F them, higher. And folks, that is true. If you just zoom out on a chart, Bitcoin has been following Global M2 directionally close to 90% of the time for over a decade at this point. And global M2 is going higher. Bitcoin just lags behind it, and the entire crypto asset class goes in tandem. So unless there's a black swan event, I think we're in store in very short order for some massive movements. And as I continue to highlight, this market is so perfectly teed up. Remember me sharing with you this post from the blockchain backer just 2 days ago? This is the total 2 chart, which is the entire crypto. Well, it's the top 125 coins by market cap, excluding Bitcoin. But here's what the blockchain backer wrote 2 days ago. He said, for the first time ever, the altcoin market, total 2, closed above the 2021 all-time high the same day as the Russell 2000 closed above the 2021 all-time high for the first time ever. Years of talking about them, there it is. And folks, it is wild. It's a bit surreal when you hit those moments because we talk about that and the importance of it and how it happens cyclically roughly every 4 years. And then when you finally get that rare day where it actually happens, it's like, yeah, we're going to go. Like, this market's going to go. It doesn't mean it has to be today. It doesn't mean it has to be the day after or the next week. But it's so obvious directionally where we are going. Not that I know for sure. I don't tend to speak in absolutes. I almost never do. But in terms of what's probable, yeah, by a lot, that's what's probable. Then there was this post from the blockchain backer, and this is new. This is from just this morning. This is the Russell 2000, so that's small cap stocks. And that's important to highlight, even if you're not interested in purchasing the Russell 2000, because when the Russell 2000 starts breaking out, that's when altcoins start breaking out. That's why this matters. And it makes sense. It's because an investor that's in crypto in the stock market, if they have an appetite for increased risk, which can happen under certain environments, especially, perceived benefits of a Fed rate cut, all that stuff, which just, we got news of that on Wednesday. That definitely moved the market in this direction. That sure as hell did. But when investors end up with that increased appetite for risk, well, this is what happens. They go further out the risk curve in the stock market. That means purchasing more small cap stocks instead of large. That's why the Russell 2000 rockets. And then the same thing happens with total 2. Altcoins. People go further out the risk curve. Instead of just buying Bitcoin, they're going to buy ETH, XRP. You just go on down the list. And so the blockchain backer this morning wrote, Friday ends with S&P up 0.49%, Dow Jones up 0.37%, NASDAQ 100 up 0.7%, Russell 2000 down 0.76%, and then crypto down 2.31%. And so after Russell, yes, indeed, closing at a new all-time high for the first time in almost 4 years, just the day prior, you did see it go down, so we weren't ready quite yet. And so the blockchain backer wrote, with the Russell's highest weekly close in history, and coming off Thursday's record high daily close, it's back below the 2021 high, and it's going to have to try again next week. So we still could absolutely rock it from there. And he also noted in a post after that in this thread, he said, with the Russell 2000 slip from the all-time high, so does total 2. And so that shouldn't be surprising. Of course, as Russell 2000 goes down, and then you see altcoins go down. Yeah, that makes all the sense in the world. It's not a coincidence, no coinkydink here, that on Thursday, when you saw the first all-time high for the Russell 2000 in almost 4 years, it's not a surprise that on the same day, you saw the all-time high for total 2 get hit as well. It is not a coincidence, folks. This thing is going to go crazy. Here's a post from Crypto Wizard. He says, no different. This time won't be any different. Every time Bitcoin dominance declines, it does so from a wedge. Another one has formed. Patience pays. Yeah, this thing continues to break down. And some analysts are calling for it to fall down to maybe about 35%. There's just so much upside for XRP and other altcoins. I mean, we just got to wait a little bit longer, but it's very obvious this is coming, folks. Here's a post from Mustache, and he says, altcoins, macro update. We're facing the biggest altcoin run in years, 2017, 2021, 2025. The impatient lose in this game. The patient win. And that's absolutely true. And I will out-patient anyone listening in this audience. Anyone on the planet. I'm just that stubborn because I believe what I believe. My conviction is my conviction, right or wrong. I believe what I believe. I sleep easy at night, and I have been almost 8 years holding crypto, including XRP. I've never sold a single XRP in my entire life. I sleep like a baby. This market's going so much freaking higher, folks. Let me illustrate this by this post from Credible Crypto. He shared this with his 476,000 followers on X, and this is just so fascinating. He's talking about Binance Coin, but the same type of thing he's writing about here, it's obviously true for XRP because XRP is an early winner in the crypto space. So let even more time pass, and it's the same type of thing is going to be true here. And XRP's already been moving over the last year, so I don't think it's that hard of a sell to convince any of you listening. Like, of course it's going way higher. So anyway, yesterday he shared this post. Took 5 years, but Binance Coin, BNB, just cracked $1,000 for a 30x from this tweet and 150x off the lows I marked off here at $6. I sold what spot I had somewhere along the way, but congrats to those still holding. Also a testament to the fact that if you want the 20, 40, or 100x gains, you really do have to be patient. And folks, that's what it takes to win with XRP as well. But it's correct. I mean, and so here's the chart he shared. This is October 12th of 2020. This is the Binance chart. Here you can see Binance Coin was 29 bucks. The all-time high was in earlier in 2019 at $39.59. And now, again, look at it. Here's Binance Coin, $1,040. This is the same type of thing you're going to see with XRP because it's an obvious winner of the crypto space. So you just let more money flow into the space. Of course, it's going to rocket. XRP, you're going to look back on this a decade from now and realize just how cheap XRP is at $2 and what the hell did I say? It is $2.98 now. The same thing is true here. It's going to be absolutely buck wild. And here's a post from Bill Morgan, XRP community member. He says, there is no mystery why XRP price is down the last 24 hours. Just plain follow the leader. This is the overwhelming reality and the most significant factor in XRP price movement, which is heavily correlated with Bitcoin price dynamics. It is consistent with Ripple's expert evidence in the SEC v. Ripple lawsuit. Yeah, and the expert evidence indicated that the real driver of XRP price is Bitcoin. Like, just really basically the entire asset class moving in tandem. So that's Bitcoin, here's XRP. It's just doing the same damn thing. It's not surprising, but XRP is here to stay. Look at this screen grab. He shared a post of XRP market cap in August of 2013. In August of 2013, the market cap for XRP was 45 million, not billion, 45 million with an M. That's how small it was. It's now 178 billion with a B. Bitcoin was only 1.2, what is this, 1.2 billion? Yeah, 1.2 billion. So, XRP is like, 150 times higher than what Bitcoin was then in terms of market cap. So if you think that XRP can't have a multi-trillion-dollar market cap, you out your damn mind. It's absolutely possible that it will. And so Bill Morgan wrote, XRP August 2013, 12 years later, it's still number 3. But the market cap is now a lot more than $45 million. The terrain has changed, but the position is the same. So it's coming, folks. And then, look, even Cointelegraph's still writing some positive things about XRP, which is always fun to take a look at. Look at this headline. XRP revisits $3 support, but data shows bulls still in control. And even they're still acknowledging this. And they crap all over XRP all the time. And they write here, Chart Fractal suggests a potential 60 to 85% rally in Q4 remains valid. So, my friends, the best indeed is yet ahead. And that's just a start. I mean, you're talking about less than doubling the price of XRP. That wouldn't even get XRP to $6, maybe closer to, like, depending on what percentage it is, closer to like $5.50. And that'll be fun, don't get me wrong. I'll be excited. I'll finally be selling some of my XRP at that price level, a little bit of it. I hope to sell most closer to like the $7 to $8 range. And look, and I firmly acknowledge XRP could go way higher than that, but it's going to be life-changing for me at that point, and I just got to take that. I got to take that. I got to take that profit. But I'll absolutely be cheering along everybody that holds longer, and if you sell at a way higher price to me, I'm going to cheer you on and be very happy for you. It's just for me personally, I'm going to take what I can get there because it's going to be, like, even if from that point it doubles, it's not going to materially change my life that much, but taking that profit there would be life-changing. So I'm going to make sure that I get that and just not worry whatever money I leave on the table because I can't sell the top. I can't see into the